So they deeply understand their current condition, and then they create a true north, a utopia of sorts, the 100-year goal, 100% value added, no problems, human development, value to society. Wow. Well, that'll never happen, right? That's true, because the second law of thermodynamics says everything tends to another greater state of disorder. They don't care, because that's not a destination, it's a compass heading. That's where we're going. So the next thing to do is, so there's your path, right? There's your alignment path. The next step is to create a target. We're not going to get there instantly or anywhere, but what are we going to do in the next 6 months? What are we going to do with this joint venture in the first year? What's the clearly laid out target? And as a surprise to all of us, barriers show up as soon as you create a target. This is what we're going to accomplish. Then you hear the person, oh, we can't do that because of this and X and Y and Z. Yeah. Well, that's the nature of business. Doug was saying it. Victor was saying it. Problems. That's why we all have a job. That's why we have these organizations. That's why we have joint ventures, because there are problems. And the companies like Toyota that make it their business to solve problems have their instant competitive advantage, because their competitors want to take shortcuts. So our job is not to dodge barriers and move away from the ideal condition. No problems can be solved off because by diverting the path. What we have to do is take one at a time, clearly identify them, collaborate together, come up with some solutions, and earn the right to get to our target. So if you can imagine in these collaborations, these joint ventures, you've got different backgrounds, different upbringings, different personality, different education levels, different motivations. How do we get everybody together? There's no shortcuts, and we know that, So what I wanted to talk about was, Doug asked me to talk about personality profiles, and what I wanted to just put it in a right frame, and that is alignment. Reason why you should consider knowing about people, something I learned a long time in management, is you manage systems, you lead people, right? I mean, because those people that work with us, work alongside us, work for us, they have families. They have things happening in their personal life. They have dreams. They're not just a machine that you can order around. So we lead people and we manage systems. So here's the GRIPPY model, G-R-P-I, we just call it GRIPPY. And here's how it goes. Alignment process is where we get to the point where, and Victor was discussing about this and so many others, goals are shared and aligned. Roles and responsibilities are clear and universally understood. Processes and procedures are defined and followed. And there in the very bottom, 10% is interpersonal issues. I think sometimes we claim those first. If you get rid of that guy, we'll be better. Man, he ruins every meeting. Just fire him, man. Make our life easier. Let's go out and have some beers. Fire him today. And that's the smallest issue. It's the smallest issue in reference to effectiveness, correct? So what I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about personality profiles, and it should be fun for you. Some facts: everyone has a primary, everyone has a secondary, and the combination of these is formed by age 8. So if you have children, you can kind of, when you see the pictures, you go, that's my boy, that's my girl. These profiles come with strengths and challenges, so no one's spared. Your job is to understand your profile, exploit your strengths, work on your weaknesses, understand the different people around you. Understanding is huge. If I know that Doug is strong and he's vocal, I won't go, man, here comes that big mouth again. I'll say, here comes the strong leader. That's his profile. That's how he was designed. That's how he's wired. And then I'll recognize that. Does that make sense? It eliminates that little tension that you can create. Well, why didn't you just be more like me? Okay? So it's understanding the differences between us. We can get so much more accomplished. Utilizing their strengths, and look at this. Do not try to change somebody around you with this information. Just use it as an understanding point. All right, let's take a look at this. And here's the axis that I want to show you. What you got out here, if you follow this line here, you're going to see this is the out. People here in these quadrants here are the out front. They liked it. They're good being out front, man. They give them the microphone and they're happy, okay? The other side here is the behind-the-scenes people. They're the sound guy at a Van Halen concert, okay? And this acts, if you follow here, they're task-driven, the profile. And the other side down here is their relationship. They're the people, we call them. And you've got the D, the I, the S, and the C. So this is the DISC personality profile. And I believe it was like the 80s. There was 4 or 5 different universities. And what they did is they said, let's go study personalities. And independently, not together, they came up with 4. So pretty interesting point.